Genesis 6 verse 2, KJV. 2 That the sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. Genesis 6 verse 4, KJV. For there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Genesis 6 verse 11, KJV. 11 The earth also was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with violence. Genesis 6 verse 12, KJV. 12 And God looked upon the earth, and, behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Genesis 6 verse 13, KJV. 13 And God said unto Noah, The end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and, behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Genesis 6 verse 14, KJV. 14 Make thee an ark of gopher wood. Room shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within, and without with pitch. The flood of Noah was because of the giants. These beings were half fallen angel and half earth women. The offspring were giants. Let's look at why Satan tried this attack on mankind. It was the purpose of Satan and his fallen angels to corrupt the human race, and thereby do away with pure Adamite stock through whom the seed of the woman should come. This would avert their own doom and make it possible for Satan and his kingdom to keep control of the earth indefinitely. It was said to Adam and Eve that the seed of the woman would defeat Satan and restore man's dominion. Genesis 3 verse 15. The only way for Satan to avoid this predicted defeat was to corrupt the pure Adamite line, so that the coming of the seed of the woman into the world would be made impossible. This he tried to accomplish by sending fallen angels to marry the daughters of men. Genesis 6 verses 1 to 4, thus producing the giant nations through them. Satan almost succeeded in his plan during the first episode, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth. Of all the multitudes, Noah and his sons were the only pure Adamites left to be preserved by the ark. Genesis 6 verses 8 to 13. 1 Peter 3 verses 19 to 20. The main object of the flood was to do away with this satanic corruption, destroy the giants, and preserve the pure Adamite line, thus guaranteeing of the coming of the seed of the woman, as God planned. Being defeated before the flood didn't stop Satan from making a further attempt to prevent the coming of the Redeemer, who would be his final downfall. It was now to his advantage that God had promised never to send another universal flood upon the earth. Satan therefore reasoned that he should make a second attempt to do away with the Adamite line. If he came within 8 souls of doing it before the flood, his opportunities were now even greater with the promise that there would be no such flood. This is the reason the second group of fallen angels married the daughters of men. Again, the unions produced giants whose races occupied the land of promise, where the seed should be born, in advance of Abraham. Limited by his promise of no flood, God had to destroy the giants another way. This explains why he commanded Israel to kill every one of them, even to the last man, woman, and child. It also explains why he destroyed all the men, women, and children besides Noah and his family. At the time of the flood, it answers the skeptic's question regarding why children were taken away with adults in the flood. God had to end this corruption entirely to fulfill his eternal plan and give the world its promised Redeemer. The Redeemer has come now, so Satan is reserving his forces for a last stand at the second coming of Christ. There were giants in the earth both before and after the flood, and that they came from a union of fallen angels and the daughters of men.